well have rotted in the death fog. What's even the point?
An elf in tattered red robes shifts through pages of handwritten notes spread across the table.
So many suspects, so many potential culprits. I need to narrow down the list. Think, you damn elf, think.
A floorboard creaks beneath your foot. The elf leaps around abruptly.
What? Why do you sneak up on me? Don't you know how dangerous that is, the way things are? Show some sense and hold your tongue. People are on edge as it is, without newcomers looking for trouble. My own Magister comrades are vanishing from right here in Driftwood. Whoever's behind it must be stopped. If you hear anything, come to me. 3 Magisters vanished so far, all within Driftwood. My comrades believe some tinkerer named Higba is behind it all, but they're wrong. I'm certain of it. That's what I'm intent on finding out. This tavern is full of scum and degenerates. The true culprit could easily conceal themselves amongst them. I have to keep investigating, keep the pressure up. The culprit will make a mistake eventually. If you see anything suspicious, let me know. Civic pride, perhaps? The respect of those who safeguard your people? You don't know how lucky you are to be born a human. You do that. Now away with you.
What can I get you?
No rest until the killer is found.
May the 7 usher us to...
All this damn work and nothing to show for it. Might as well have rotted in the death fog. What's even the point?
A most vile incident. A valiant warrior against the poison.
Junk.
The path thus ended, the conclusion of a noble bloodline.
You can figure this out. Come on.
Rise! Who gains the title Most Divine? You have interrupted my newest masterpiece!
The bard clears his throat and gargles on his own saliva. He then returns to his poem, but his voice cracks mid-verse.
Well, never you mind. Every sonnet I compose is a masterpiece, and my muse has been begging me to write something new. Wait! You might be just the stimulus I needed! I shall craft a rhyme for you and your race! All I ask in return is a handful of coins. It's an offer of a lifetime. Magnificent! But if I am to write a first-rate work, you must face some difficult questions. Are you prepared to answer?
He stares at you for a few torturing moments.
Your eyes betray the guilt of the human race. You believe it your right to ravage Rivalon. What say you?
He smiles a crooked smile and runs a hand through his greasy hair.
Ah, arrogance! That most peculiar of human traits, given your lack of cultural accomplishment. Save the towers you erect in worship of greed. What riches do you seek, human? Indeed, you seem almost fearless in your conviction. But I know better. Stripped of their swords and shields, humans are as fragile as flower petals. Admit your cowardice.
The bard hems and haws, then bellows his next words to anyone who might hear.
To all lovers of verse, I bring glorious news. I have completed another modern classic. Listen now, and bask in its resounding refrain. The war drums keep the rhythm of patrol.
So what are you...
Humankind establishes control. Sound the horn and shout the battle cry. 'Tis through their might that peace may multiply. The riches world over do they seek.
Some magisters to look over us.
And flush with gold, they'll lord o'er the meek. Yet all is just facade, a frail shell. Once shattered, they alone descend to hell. You must be delighted by my newest ode. Oh, soon, bards throughout Rivellon will sing it. Fame, notoriety, neither, or both. The thing about a good verse is that it wiggles into the ear. People think it's just a catchy rhyme, but it changes minds and hearts, for good and for ill. Why not? I'll even give you a discount.
And if the Magister's told you to jump on...
Your loss, I suppose. Return if you want another taste of musical perfection. The war drums...
Ain't a bad poem, if you're into humans, I guess.
Humankind establishes control.
That divine voice, that idyllic poetry. I could lose myself in Barstan's cinnamon eyes.
Peace may multiply. The riches world over do they seek, and flush with gold they'll lord o'er the meek. Yet all is just
Another sorcerer on the loose. I knew they should have cut off the Meister's head and burned the rest. Gotta make sure it don't grow back.
Arguing with Mac is like giving medicine to the dead. He's as stubborn as a corpse and smells the part to boot. No wonder Papa Thrash gives him the stink any time he tries to go downstairs.
Humankind establishes control. Sound the horn and shout the battle
He
cry.
fixes you with a stare, looks you up and down, weighs you up, the cut of your cloth, the weight of your bag. A moment passes.
Riches world over do they seek.
Then a smile creases his face, a smile carefully constructed to look friendly and authentic, a smile that doesn't reach his eyes.
Greetings, stranger. Looking to ease the pain of a decaying world? You're in the right place. Beers are ordered at the bar, but can I interest you in a nourishing bowl of stew?
He purses his lips. His fingers drum a pattern on his elbow as he assesses you.
I'm sorry, I mistook you for a different kind of person. My mistake. I shall return to serving me other customers, and I wish you a good, if boring, appetite. Don't come back.
Flush with gold, they'll lord o'er the meek.
You better hope they never come
Yet
through
all is just
controllers.
facade,
First to
a
go.
frail shell. Once shattered, they alone descend to hell.
Hold it. Papa no, you no go.
He grins, unpleasantly.
Loha didn't tell me to let any walking scarecrow in, so why should I?
He squints at you in the gloom. Then his eyes widen and he takes a stumbling half-step backwards.
Well, I'll be thrice cussed to the void. Ifan Ben-Mezd. I saw them collar you good, boy. Didn't think we'd hear you growling round here again. Down you go, but no shenanigans, mind. I heard of any more incidents down there, I'll shave your damn wolf bald myself.
If the Magister's never come for you, what are you going to do then?
No Magister's coming for me. I ain't no sorcerer.
You better hope they never come through controllers. First to go.
Same as I've been doing. Sitting here and suffering. Him leaving to worry, but the roads ain't any safer than trip. Please
know what you're getting at. And just to say, sorcerers over in those toy walking. Gather 'em up, I say.
And if the Magister's told you to jump on the pool bridge, would you do it?
Rudy. Nova. You've got enough in front of you.
You remember a cold childhood in a no-hope fishing town, bullied mercilessly by a dwarf named Lohar. With no other prospects, you sign up as a magister, eager for the power denied you all your life. Warm red wine flows down your throat. The languor of a tavern evening soothes you. Suddenly, shrieks rend the night. The magisters have come. Warm red blood flows down your face. Eloisa was the prettiest girl, not to others, but to you. Her luminous eyes shone brighter than the moon. The day you collared her for Fort Joy, you wept every tear you had. You never cried again. Work, work, work. That's all there was in Driftwood for a dwarf like you. Until you got involved in the anti-magister resistance. Then, the work was still there, but also purpose. Purpose worth dying for. From the dark, you stare up at the thin slivers of light visible between the floorboards. Shadows ripple across the slivers, accompanied by heavy footsteps, magister footsteps. Wood creaks above your head. One of them has paused. Your breath catches in your throat as you wait for him to move along. But the hatch is suddenly yanked open. Light floods you, blinding and accusatory. You hear only one gruffly barked word before the hands seize you. Gotcha! You stride past the chained sorcerers and climb onto the caravan without complaint. As you settle onto the bench, you offer Ralik's blessings to the Magister Guard. He offers only a bleary-eyed stare of disinterest in return before shoving the chained sorcerers aboard. As you watch them cower, you cannot help but feel annoyance. After all, don't they know they're going to be saved? You twist your head around as the Magisters haul you away. Your wife and 2 boys stand in the doorway, helpless. You commit their faces to memory one last time. Wendy cries out something to you. You tell yourself it was, "I love you," or "We'll wait for you." But the truth is, you didn't catch it. The farm recedes from view behind you. Collared by magisters in the far north, you were force-marched to this foreign land. A moment of hope as a grinning dwarf removes your source collar. Seconds later, void-woken death.
Go on then.
Are you certain?
If we have different paths...
Over do they seek, and flush with gold they'll lord o'er the meek.
A prim woman in a starched apron wipes a glass with a clean rag. She pins you with blue, steel-sharp eyes as you approach the bar.
Blessings upon our Lucian, 7 times divine.
Her eyes soften and crinkle as she smiles.
I see your mother raised you very well indeed. You and my Niles would get along. Nice to see an unfamiliar face. What brings you to Driftwood, darling? Fort Joy? Praises be, but that's where my boy Niles is stationed. He's the physician overseeing all the camp. We've only got amber ale, I'm afraid. Can't spare the potatoes for hard alcohol. If you'd like something that'll stick to your ribs, I'd flag down Loverick and get yourself a bowl of the house stew. Coming right up, darling.
drums keep the rhythm of patrol. Humankind establishes control. Sound the horn and shout the battle cry.
Sparks, twinkle, and the ale.
Pipe down, will you?
The cook acknowledges you with a small bow, an oddly formal gesture given the surroundings.
Please, sir, you should not be back here. It's not safe. They can inflict pain all the same. Please, I must insist that you leave. You should speak to Loverick if you want food.
And if the Magister told you to jump on the top rope, would you do it? Never come here.
An elf sways on her chair, her eyes focused on the counter in front of her where she has 6 glasses in a row. With the nails of 2 fingers, she's pressing red welts into her forearm. She slides one of the drinks towards you, her head bobbling heavily on her neck as she nods at the sparkling ale.
And that's nothing like a glass of the good stuff to smudge everything into a pretty shape.
She slides another glass of ale toward you. Its contents sparkle in the dim barlight.
Bottoms up. Can you just not? Cheers to you, me, and
Her gaze swivels around the room.
Damien's dull knife. This place is horrible. Never mind. Cheers to you, me, and me again. Another. What do you mean? These are changing times or whatever.
She raises a glass and glances at yours on the bar.
The changing times. Come on, last one for the road. Ah, down the old house. Oh, reckon that was. Reckon a one too many.
Over do they seek. As flush with gold, they'll lord
You're
o'er the
not
meek.
my mum.
Yet all is just facade.
The experience of a lifetime, is it? It's disgusting, that's what it is.
Shame it is.
An absolute shame.
Oh no, can you believe it? The divine son slaughtered like a supper lamb.
It ain't right.
It ain't right. Never thought I'd say this, but I hope they round up them sorcerers for good. I ain't needing one sick in the void woken on me.
You said it, Hilga. You're a true patriot.
Boring.
You've got to pick who you can trust.
You got that right, Hilga. You got that right.
Boring.
And I'm saying, you can even see. I can see a sorcerer from a mile away. And you can't be too careful, you know? If they can get Alexander, they can get any of us.
You're all right about that. Right as rain, Hilga.
The experience of a lifetime, is it?
Boring.
It's disgusting, that's what it is. knock it if I want, even haven't tried it.
What the devil are you staring at?
Rubbish.
Your beard, my lord. It seems less lush somehow.
It's as lush as it's always been. Now train your eyes on my treasures, not my person.
Gotta pick who you can trust.
You got that right, Hilka. You got that right.
And I'm saying you can trust me.
Right about that. Right
Boring.
as rain, Hilka.
This again. Good find.
You've got to pick who you can trust.
You got that right, Hilka. You got that right.
And I'm saying you can trust me. I can see a sorcerer from a mile away.
Or should I check the cupboards for ogres?
And you can't be too careful, you know? If they can get Alexander
lifetime,
and
is
any
it?
of us.
It's disgusting, that's what it is.
You're right about that. Right as rain, Hilka.
Hilga
I'll knock it
jabbers
if I want.
excitedly with
You haven't
Brax,
tried it.
but the two go quiet as you approach.
The bell rings a warning and the tide is on the turn.
Curiosity kills the cat, or gets it sent to Fort Joy.
The bell rings a warning and the tide is on the turn.
You're willing to risk Fort Joy for one night with a lizard? Then you're an idiot.
The bell still rings. Do you hear it? Do you hear it?
That noise?
Stick to your own kind is my advice.
Absolutely not.
Yeah? What do you want? Huh. I want another beer and a bowl of stew. Which of us is more likely to get what they want, do you think? Guess that makes me a sinner. Perhaps you can help us settle an argument. Thatcher here is one of my dearest friends, but she isn't the brightest.
Thatcher grins hello.
Our mate Boris got posted to Fort Joy for consorting with lizards, and Thatcher here still fancies a turn around the park with Loverick's lizard. I say she'd be sleeping with the enemy. What say you?
They look at you expectantly. Eden looks victorious. Thatcher looks unconvinced.
See? I told you.
Thatcher shrugs.
All right, move along there. You may be wiser than you look, but you're of no more use to me.
She turns back to her drink.
Curiosity kills the cat, or gets it. Yeah? What do you want?
The bell rings a warning and the tide is on the turn.
You've got to pick who you can trust.
You got that right, Hilka. You got that right.
And I'm saying you can trust me. I can see a sorcerer from a mile away. And you can't be too careful, you know? If they can get Alexander, they can get any
The
of
bell
us.
still rings. Do you hear it?
You're right
Do you
about
hear
that.
it?
Right as rain, Hilga.
Yes, mate.
Who rings the bell?
Whatever. Experience of a lifetime, is it? It's disgusting, that's what
The
it is.
town is poor.
A weathered woman in a dirty sea captain's tunic babbles breathlessly to herself.
The bell rings a warning and the tide is on the turn. And I without my compass. The ship is in the locker, on the bottom in the rocky shallows, and all are drowned but me. And yet, can you hear? The bell rings on. The bell haunts me yet, and it would drive me mad. Perhaps I am already mad. But I swear I hear the bells. Please, make it stop.
She buries her head in her hands and cries.
Make it stop.
I can see a sorcerer from a mile away.
Disgusting, that's what it is.
And you can't be too careful, you know? If they can get Alexander, they can get any of us.
I'll knock it if
You're
I
right
want.
about that.
Even I haven't
right
tried
as
it.
rain, Hilga.
Weathered and rugged, the man sleeps soundly. He mumbles in his slumber.
There's bad things in the caves. Bad dwarf things.
His eyes flick wide open, but he's clearly asleep.
Blood and oil do mix, after all.
Startled, he opens his eyes, but he's staring into the distance. He's still asleep.
The island is ruined and doesn't have a name. Don't go there.
His eyes flick wide open, but he's clearly asleep.
There's no graveyard on the island. Stay away from the graveyard.
His eyes flick wide open, but he's clearly asleep.
Sawdust and wolves, mother. Sawdust and wolves.
His eyes open, but he doesn't see you.
Arcs for Lucian's Day sounds nice, mother.
His eyes flicker open, but he looks like he's still asleep.
Leave me alone, mother.
His eyes flicker open, but he looks like he's still asleep.
As the head said, don't open the chest.
He goes back to sleep.
The experience of a lifetime, is it? I'll knock it if I want.
The rhythm of patrol. Establishes control.
Or drink, or both.
Right now.
The bell still rings. Do you hear it? Do you hear it?
You've got to pick who you can trust.
Smells worse over here than a dozen rotten eggs dropped in a vat of vinegar.
Then don't come over. Not like you're buying anything.
If I don't come visit your ton, who will?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Tell me, have you heard any news?
Buying or selling? Capital. Good luck to you.
Keep your eyes peeled, would you? Rum.
Curiosity kills the cat, or gets it sent to Fort Joy.
Better watch yourself, lad. Got greedy eyes on you. Sets me on edge.
Then you're an idiot.
What the devil are you staring at? Here now, have you a reason for barging into my room, sir? When one's in a small town, one must expect small town manners, I see.
He squints at you and laughs. Looking closer, you see the man is wearing a very obvious fake beard. Behind the atrocious fox hair, you recognize the mischievous twinkling eyes of a lone wolf. Callow.
Ifan! Forgive my style. I look a right pickled pepper pot, don't I? Funny. So funny. Oh, nice job on Alexander, by the way. That'll net you a pretty penny, I'd wager. Best get back on that, eh? Or they'll be calling you the Silver Floor. So what next? Grapevine says you know the whereabouts of more Godwoken. Guess you'll be taking them on over Roost's Way, eh? Camped out at an abandoned sawmill not too far from here.
Baron hunkers down and sketches a rough map from your present location on the floor using an apple, some playing cards, and a fistful of threads pulled up from the carpet.
Suppose you'd best get moving, huh? And I'd best get back to living the no-thrills barred life of this chump. Ah, you know how it is. Pretend you own the place and a surprisingly large number of people just go along with it. But I won't lie, the beard does go down well with the ladies.
Baron laughs and swats you away.
Hear that? Roosts camped out at the sawmill.
Stick to your own kind is my advice.
The trickster formerly known as Callow stands in Baron Levere's robes, twirling his fake moustache with what can only be described as supreme panache.
Stick to your own kind is my advice. You really don't have to look that far. I can see a sorcerer from a mile away. Oh, forget it.
Smells worse over here than a dozen rotten eggs dropped in a vat of vinegar.
The rhythm of patrol. Humankind establishes control.
It doesn't make sense. I'm missing something.
So what are you going to do?
War drums keep the rhythm of patrol.
Same as I've been doing. Sitting here and suffering. Can't believe it's a worry. The roads ain't any safer than trips.
Bark, twig.
You want an engraved invitation every time? You know the way in.
You guys, you don't have to wait.
I'm sure they're
Soft
watching
ale.
us very carefully.
You kidding? Wouldn't be caught dead near one. I know what you're getting at, but I'd just as say Sourcerers lowering those boy walking. Gather them up, I say.
And if the Magister's told you to jump over tall.
I've spotted something. Junk.
Look at that. A fresh face. And a pretty little kisser it is, too. Ifan Ben-Mezd, as I live and breathe. I didn't think I'd see you back in Driftwood again. No, don't tell me. If I don't know the story, I won't have to lie about it later.
She reaches out to pinch your cheek and gives you an exaggerated wink.
So what's your poison, Governor? A sip or a smoke? Take all the time you need. Pleasure doing business with you, Governor. Aye, so it is. But not just any Drudnay. Oh no. My own special blends. Further down's the arena, see? And the gladiators are always on the lookout for an edge. I give them that edge. You could say that my darling herbs flower in the flesh and blossom in the brain. So, if you're interested, Governor, all you have to do is use your imagination. How can I make you bloom? No problem. In return for a reasonable donation, that is.
Effie digs all kinds of outlandish herbs from out of the depths of many pockets and mixes them with the patience and skill of an alchemist.
Much obliged, Governor. And here's your blend. Just take...
Mercy, mercy.
Are you? No, you aren't.
Hail. Such a striking man.
She draws close. You feel her breath on your neck, hot, moist.
Oh yes. I have something that you want. But I only bargain with those I deem deserving. Those who have accomplished great things. So, tell me, are you worthy of my gift? Indeed? This is acceptable. You are nearer the one than most self-described heroes I've known. So, tell me, are you ready for me to grant you your greatest desire? I can't. Not yet. First, you must look into my ring and tell me what you see there. Gaze into the gem, handsome one.
She flashes her ring at you, and you stare at the luminescent stone at its center. You are floating on a current of pure source, surrounded by a kaleidoscope of colors and fuzzy images. On the horizon looms a dark silhouette. As you approach, a beam of light washes the shadow away, revealing to you...
Yes. I see you clearly now. It is power you seek. To conjure maelstroms and command the light to drive away shadow. I will fulfill this desire. In return, I ask for one thing in return. A kiss. Most delicious. Meet me around the corner, and come alone. An audience is not required.
Smoke billows from this strange contraption. It's adorned with hoses, levers and slots. You smoke and feel adrift.
My good sir, I see that you accompany no other than His Royal Majesty, the Red Prince. I have a message for him of quite vital importance, if you'd be so kind.
Of course he'll be so kind. Speak freely, kinsman.
Directions, my lord. I was bid to send you to none other than Bramos the Wanderer. He was waiting for you here, my prince. But...
He looks around the hazy room with hasted eyes.
The House of Shadows stirs. The Honorable Bramos sensed them closing in. He had no choice but to flee from Driftwood. A little ways east he went, in search of safety, to an encampment of paladins. You will find him there, Majesty. And with that, I have told my tale.
Indeed I am. We will follow your directions. You have my thanks, kinsman.
Prince of Princes, I am humbled and grateful.
He bows deeply before the Red Prince, as reverently as one would before a god.
The House of Shadows stirs. An ominous phrase. It's as if I can feel the onset of night. Quite. but you must realize that until a short while ago, the very existence of the House of Shadows was a mystery to us. If this thing of darkness steps into the light, it must be desperate. And desperate means dangerous. You still stand by me, then, despite us being targeted by such a formidable foe? That is quite admirable, I must say. Onward, then. Let them strike when they may. We shall be ready for them.
The tigers fly, the leopards lie, and you, oh, but I know you, don't I? I have seen you in the night, a lone man in a wicked fog. Just a dream, of course, just a dream.
Her lips pout, but otherwise her face is steel.
I waited, yet you never appeared. I hope you have not changed your mind. I am most keen to satisfy you. As you wish, I will await you. Come alone.
Dorthea sees you and heaves a shuddering sigh. She bites into her lower lip with enough force that a drop of blood seeps out. Blood and something else, something green.
Darling, I admit I wish we could share more carnal pleasures. Yet I think a kiss is the height of intimacy. Now come closer and receive your soul's desire.
You draw closer and close your eyes, eager to feel her lips on yours. Yet her lips do not press against yours, and her hands do not caress your face. She is a woman no longer, but a were-spider. Her fang painlessly sinks into your neck. You still hear her words, though they sound muffled, as if filtered through a glass wall.
You desired power, and so it's yours. My venom seeps into every pore. We part ways now. I'll remember this moment. You've seen my true self. There's nothing more to know.
She kisses her forefinger, then presses it against your forehead.
Now go.
Bugger off. Can't you see I'm trying to relax? I am preparing. Gotta be calm if I want to storm the joy, don't I? Did you really think I was planning to sail into one of the most dangerous places in Rivellon with a crew for hire and a rented boat? Now, I love butter with all my heart, with all my soul, but I love living with all my everything. Sure, the very best.
Watch 'em fight. Watch 'em. See that? Right in the kisser. Doesn't.
Did you know our arena champion's a bloody cheat, stranger? Murga tripped me and bit off my earlobe before the fight had even started.
Watch out for Murga, stranger. She's a formidable fighter, our dear arena champion, and not one to suffer fools lately.
Good gods. Is there a void woken down there? Must be one.
In the shadows, a dwarven woman spits obscenities down upon a caged void-woken. She exudes a powerful air of menace and an even more powerful odour of old sweat and dried blood. She spies you and glowers.
More fodder for the arena.
Let Murga the champion test how good your reflexes are.
Curling her torn lip back over broken teeth, she grabs your hand and pulls you down to the ale-soaked table. Never losing eye contact, she begins arm wrestling you.
Ha! Think I can't take it? Look in the cage to find out what happened to the last creature who underestimated me.
She glimmers in and out of view, merging with the shadows. Crowing, she slams your hand down into the table, hard enough to draw blood.
I bested that voidwoken below us, you know. Dragged that scaly lump down there with my own 2 hands. So, since you can't hope to beat me, what is it you want down here? Get a few bruises on your face and then we'll talk.